Let's discuss about the same logic what we implemented with left and right. So if I comment this code again, and we can use the same what we discussed in the lecture also, and in ternary search algorithm also. If we compare the key with mid 1 and mid 2, then we can say that data is available. So here we can run this code. I just comment the previous program, and now we calculated mid 1 and we calculated mid 2. We compare with this mid 1 and mid 2. If my data is available directly with mid and mid 2, then I can say my data is available, right? But if my data is not available, then we'll see that my entered key value is less than that mid 1 value, or my data is greater than mid 1 or less than mid 2, or in between is directly greater than mid 2. So based on this three calculations, again the indexing of left and right is going to be modified. So accordingly, the modification of indexes, again ternary search is going to be applied. So the while loop is returned, that's the reason is left is less than equals to right. So you can see if I run this code, right? So if I say I want a 9 data, right? 9 8 7 4 5 2 1 minus 4 15. So my data is arranged in ascending order: minus 4 1 2 4 5 7 8 9 and 15. So if I divide this 9 by 3, right? So 2 half. So 9 divided by 3, right? So my mid will be 3, right? So in this case, mid 1 is my third index. So you can say 0 1 2 and 3. So third index is having 4 value, right? So if I say I want to search 4, you can say if the 4 is found at only index 3. So because mid 1 is calculated as an 3 index, directly data is available, so my code is going to be executed. So you can say that data is already available, right? So my data is available, so that's the reason it's say mid 1. Similarly, we can calculate mid 2 also. So if I say the value of left is 0, 0 plus 2 into right is 8, 8 minus 0, so it's 8 16, right? So 16, accordingly the answer will be appear as mid 2, right? Then mid 2 is calculated. The same scenario is going to be mid 2 indexing is going to be cross check. If the data is available, then it says this data is available. Otherwise just going to be say whether the data is less than mid 1 or in between of mid 1 and mid 2, or greater than mid 2. So accordingly my indexing is going to be changed. So this program is implemented without any recursive function, right? So this is known as ternary search without recursion. So we can just give in a name, ternary search without recursion. Same program we are able to implement with recursion also, right? So let's try this to implement the code with recursive, right? So for that particular purpose we need to write down another function, right? So we can say definition recursive ternary search, right? So again key and L is passed. So based on this recursion search, what exactly the recursive function is work. So recursive function is going to be implemented, that means the function is going to be called again and again, right? So that way we need to construct this. But to call the function again and again, we need to make changes, right? Something in our code also. So what the logic is required in the recursive function call. So this is the code is work for the normal, right? And if I want to apply for the recursive function call, then we can just say some changes we required in my code, right? So we can assign some we can calculate the values of left and right. So here we can say we just need to call the recursive function over here. We take a back, again we say the key value to be accepted to be search with recursive function call. So we are asking a user to enter the key again. So he's saying the data, please enter the key to be searched in array. Again the key value is going to be accepted from user, right? Then accordingly this acceptance of data, we need to call the recursive function now. So we can say over here again the flag is equals to, right, now function call we need to identify as my recursive ternary search, right. So recursive ternary search function name we accepting, and what data we required. So we can say I want to send a key, right, then I need to say list 1 updated list, index of my first place minus 0, and the a right index, right, that data we are supposed to be passed to this function. So what will be my right index? It will always the total number of element, right, minus 1. So you can say num minus 1 is my data is passes as an argument, right. So as argument is received over here, so I can say a key is here, L is here, right, we just say comma, right, and we just say it's nothing but a left index, right, and second is known as a right index, right. So left and right index is assigned accordingly. Now based on this left and right we need to calculate, right. So in this case we can say that first of all uh, how much time this code we want to execute. So first of all calculate just mid 1 and mid 2 accordingly, same formula whatever we use, right. So here we use mid 1 and mid 2 divided by 3, so we can copy and paste our code over here, right. But in this case what we say, in left, so we save the variable as left index, so we changes to left as a left index over here, right, and right it changes to our right index over here. So left and right indexing we identified over here. Then again the same scenario, if and else if we are going to be used, right, as in my part. So if I say if the data is available at mid 1, right, then we'll say return mid 1, else we return mid 2, right. But what happen if the data is not available? And again the same else if scenario we need to be discussed about. So this else if is going to be apply and the return accordingly. So if the data is less than L minus mid, now what to do in this case? So that means what, if my data is not available, now we need to call the recursive function over here. So in these 3 lines my code is going to be changed accordingly. So if I want to recursive call again, right, in this function, then what we need to do, we need to call again the function, right. So I can say recursive function call I need to call over here each and every time. Now in 3 cases we need to call the recursive function. So how the recursive function is called? Recursive function contain 4 parameter. So out of those 4 parameter my key and list is not going to be changed at all, right. So this 2 parameter we copy paste as it is in all the 3 functions called. But what happen when the key is less, right? When the key is less, in this case if the search element is less than a mid index 1, then left index is remain as it is, right. So left index we remain as it is, or we can say we keep it as it is, right, and right index is going to be changed. So what will be my right index? My right index is similarly, my right index is what, right is equals to mid 1, right. That means 1 indexing we need to be reduced, right. So we can say whatever the right index we have, right, that right index is become a minus 1. So right minus 1 we need to be write down, right. But if in between means what, left index we need to modify as what, left index is always sorry, this one be is not right index, is only mid 1 minus 1, so that will be my next right index. And in second case if it is say, then mid 1 plus 1 is my second index, and second index right index is mid 2 minus 1, right. That will be my second scenario. And if is always greater, then my right index is not going to be changed, so left index will be like mid 2 plus 1, and my left right index is remain as it is, right. This way we pass and values over here. And now is every time the function is called, right, then we need to return something, okay. So return something means what, we need to return value, right. So what we have, so just say we are just going to be write down over here return statement in the front of each function call. if I run the code, just give me a minute. Yeah. Yes, but up to what point this code is going to be called, right? So this code is going to be called until unless if your condition is going to be satisfy this, right? Then we need to shift my code accordingly inside of the safe. Then every code is shifted towards the left. Now if I run the code, you can say how many 4 value, 4, 5, 2 and 3. So I say I want to search 3, right? So 3 is available. Now again it's asking, so the first code is work as a normal without a recursive function call. Now if I say I want to say 5, right? So now you see, please enter the key to be searched is only say 5 and nothing has happened, right? Because we don't return any code after this. So again we can say write down this program, the same if condition over here. Now again we run this code. 4 value we need to pass 1, 2, 3 and 4. I want to search 1 available. Now I want to search 4. So you can say 4 is available at index 3, right? So same recursive function we called over here. The recursive function program is going to be called and the same implemented code again and again. So this is the ternary search with the help of recursion. So you can say a ternary search using recursive algorithm. Okay, so this way the ternary search is going to be implemented with recursion and without recursion. So in examination the question is going to be asked, write an ternary search program using recursive and non-recursive, right? In this case you need to explain how the recursion is going to be work and respective code. Okay, so let's implement both using recursive and non-recursion. Okay, thank you.